All good. All right, the time is 7:12 p.m. We'll kick off the January 13th Montoursville Area School District Board of Directors meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, before we move to roll call, I just want to announce that we had an executive session prior to this meeting where we discussed some personnel and safety and security issues, things we don't talk about. So just to let everyone know that. And then we will do a roll call, Mrs. White.
Okay, Mr. Albert,
Here.
Mr. Badger,
Here.
Mr. Eisenhower,
Here.
Mr. Gardner,
Here.
Mr. Hausnick,
Here.
Ms. McCoy, here, Mrs. Meyer, here, and Mr. Young.
Here. Thank you. No recognitions or presentations on the evening? All right, we'll do student representative presentation. Mr. Pierce. Looking all dapper over there.
Good evening, everyone. I had a few things I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you guys all some of the events that our student body has been going to and attending recently. That should be good. I'll be presenting this.
He thought he was done.
I'm not great at technical things. It's never been a strong suit.
Just kidding, Sebastian.
Dash. It's tools. All right.
Go.
There we go. Okay, I'll try that again. So I wanted to show you guys 3 events that our student body has been attending recently. Tell you a little bit information about them, what exactly happened. And yeah, just give you a little rundown. So to start off, I wanted to start with the recent Future Business Leaders of America event that happened. The club led by Mrs. Kaiser recently attended a meeting in which we learned of our state qualifiers whose names are listed here, and also the in-person competitions were done. So that would be our sales presentations, our advertisements, such as things like that. And as well as that, there were also many workshops and study sessions and things of the sort in which many of our students honed in their business skills, whether that be marketing or accounting or finances, things like that. Very useful knowledge, stuff that will come in handy in the future, I hope. And all of these names qualified for states in various categories. And many of them will be attending in the coming months, and hopefully we'll hear back from that soon. So that was our FBLA trip. There was recently a FFA trip to a farm show where our students learned of many of the ongoing developments in the agricultural industry, many of the up-to-date things that have been going on, as well as taking some pride to acknowledge what our nation has achieved in the past 100 years in developing, not just in the fields that were specifically mentioned, but also just our history in general, things to be proud of, things to know, get a very interesting information and things just to keep in mind. And recently, actually yesterday, our mock trial team came back from our invitational competition in which we traveled to LaSalle University near Philadelphia. And our very own Leah Beischlein won the Best Attorney Award, which is something to be proud of. She got a perfect score, which is very uncommon for these things. You know, it's definitely something to be proud of. So she's pictured on the left, holding both her trophy in one hand and our team award in the other. So she's decked out in that gold there. And then on our right, we have our photo of the team in general on the staircase. So that is what I have for you guys today, start of the year. So hopefully I should have some more things to show you by the next meeting. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question. Leah, does she do prosecution or defense, or is it all, they kind of sum it up? How is that they determine best attorney award?
So Leah is on our plaintiff team, so essentially the prosecution. She was actually doing two different roles at this. She was a lawyer for the plaintiff, but also a witness for the defense.
Oh, geez.
So she was doing a lot this
He's a double agent.
oh yeah.
Hey, wait a second.
She was
Stacking the decks.
but she definitely put in her 10,000 hours on this one. So she got the payoff there, and we're all very proud of her. We're all very happy about how this worked out. So
Thank you. Hey, thank you. Great update. I love that.
Escape.
Yes. Now you can take a break, Mr. Piper. All right, now we'll move to the reading of the minutes. This is approval of the regular meeting minutes to December 4th, 2025, and the special meeting December 18th, 2025. Take a motion to approve. Motion approved. All right, any questions, comments on those? All right, hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right. Now we move to the public comment portion of the evening. This is for residents and taxpayers to comment on matters of concern, official action, or deliberation before the board.
Yeah, Callahan, 113 Arch Street. Hey, Dan, I'm not happy with you having out here at 69. Now, I talk, I know that Ray Free was one of our greatest backs, and he was before 69. He was like 62. He went to Syracuse University, and it was like $50,000 a year that it would have cost, and he went for nothing, and he was backup to Floyd Little. Floyd Little played for the Denver Broncos for about 9 years. And he's a lawyer now down and I don't like Bill Burdett. I looked at the yearbook, was it 2002? And he was playing Montgomery up at Williamsport High School. And my friend was saying, you are Montgomery boys, you play with Tinker Toys. He was getting the crowd. He had the funny glasses on. Larry Smith. And Bill Burdett won that one. And he won the next two. And he lost. He won the next two, and then he lost. So he won 3 in a row. And it just so happens that those balls that were in the trophy case weren't blowing up. I was stenciled by Bob Courtney. And that's what I mean. And our foreign exchange students, you took come away from us too. Gil Hubertoler, Carol Couch, Catherine Field, Docky, all 3 of them. They all 3. They were the first foreign exchange students, and the only ones were at the thing. And that now you took their picture down too. I don't think that's right. You take it down all the pictures. Who gives you permission? Where do you put them? You say you put them out upstairs or someplace. Well, who knows upstairs or is it only you?
Jack, I'm gonna stop you. It's your 3 minutes. We got a full agenda tonight, so come back up for the second portion if you want and continue your thoughts, okay?
Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
So I'm Coral Bloom, 344 Cherry Street. Some of you know me, some of you don't.
So my only concern, and I know you can't answer anything at the moment, that's fine. So your old secretary, cheerleading coach, stole thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm still trying to read in the Sun Gazette when you're gonna press charges. There should be accountability somewhere for that. It should not be brushed under the rug. I'm sorry, just this irritates me because my children that go here will tell you if they do something like that, integrity is first and foremost with my family, because I will still whoop them even if they're taller than I am. Okay? Because if that's the case, then hey, I'll come work for you. Huh? But see, my thing is I would never, ever steal from you or the stuff that's been stolen from. When I hear my son, who is the president of the FFA this year, say, we don't even have enough money to do our fruit fundraising because of what she did. Something needs to be done. Please. Something needs to, she needs to be held accountable. And well, that's all. I'm gonna go watch wrestling. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, seeing no one else in the room, we'll go to Zoom. If you'd like to make a comment, please raise your hand. All right, no hands raised. That'll close the first public comment portion of the evening. We will move to the business manager's report. Mrs. Reddick.
You have received copies of the treasurer's reports for the period ending December 30th of 2025 for the general fund, cafeteria fund, and student activities. We are submitting these to the board for your consideration and approval.
All right, take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
Any questions? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
All right. You received copies of the budgetary transfers for the general fund. We are submitting these to the board for your consideration of approval.
I'll take a motion to approve those.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Questions? And all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
You received copies of the listing of,
You did? I did. Sorry. It's okay, go, I'll ask you later.
you have received copies of the listings of invoices for the general fund and cafeteria fund for the period ending of January 13th of 26. We are submitting these for the board for your consideration and approval and payment.
Take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Questions?
This is actually where I had questions, so I didn't have it on the last one. And it's probably easy to answer, and I'm sorry, I just got a chance to go through it this afternoon. The McGraw Hill, I'm assuming this is a new curriculum or something, because there's a $94,000.
Yeah, it's
Amen.
Wonders. The updated Wonders ELA curriculum in the elementary.
Okay, that's, I assumed, but I just wanted to make sure because it's a bigger one. And then my second one, S&P Global Ratings for 25,500.
That was our bond rating.
Bond rating.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. See, I figured they were pretty easy because they're big numbers, so I just want to make sure. Okay, thank you.
All right, we'll take a roll call vote.
Mr. Albert,
Yes.
Mr. Badger,
Yes.
Mr. Eisenhower,
Yes.
Mr. Gardner.
Yes.
Mr. Hausnick. Ms. McCoy,
Yeah.
Mrs. Meyer,
Yes.
and Mr. Young.
Yes.
Okay. And I don't really have anything tonight for you guys. I talked to you earlier.
All right, we'll move to the superintendent's report. Tonight we're gonna start with Mr. Blades.
It's like, we survived the holidays, which is always a good thing. Started back up with our mid-year benchmark testing with our Radiance and iReady. We're halfway through those, so we're plugging along with those. Big thank you to Dr. J and Mrs. Wise, the Lighter PTO and the Valley PTO combined for a movie night here last Friday night. We showed the movie Motivation But it was a good time. It was a packed auditorium. Huge thank you to the custodial crew who helped us clean up afterwards and helped us up beforehand. And we have a couple more combined events coming up here, this year, so we're excited about that. And then we just are, the Valley's having a bingo night at the call on Friday, February 6th. Thank you, Mr. Meyer, for your hospitality. That's all we got.
All right, thanks, sir. Mrs. Wise.
I just want to piggyback a little bit on what Reese was saying, because Reese is too. Well, he's just too humble to tell you he plays second. In a way, econ.
Nice.
And he is part of the mock trial team, and the team itself, it wasn't just Leah who got an award, the team got an award for outstanding presentation for the minutes. Which that's huge in mock trial.
Yeah, that's big.
So this was their first year it was out, and they blew it away. Mr. Montour was announced last night between JV and varsity basketball games. Mr. Montour for this year is Noah Rickstraw.
All right.
We had, several students that attended District Forest this last weekend as well. Allie Raver, Christian Berwanger, Grace Barkowskis, Savannah Farley. Allie has qualified for regional fourth in February, something she's done every year since she entered the high school. So very impressive there. I'd like to take just a little extra time, sorry everybody, but a year ago, we put into effect that policy 237 on cell phones. And one of the things that I want to say is thank you. When I was a teacher in this district, I fought the cell phones all the time. I was one of the first teachers to have a hanger up with the phone so they were away from them. It was constant battle. And it was very frustrating. So when you passed that policy, it finally gave teeth to, back the cell phones, while they have a place, can be a serious distraction. In the last year, we went from fights in the cafeteria happening, kids getting irate over postings that were showing up on Snapchat and Instagram during the school day. None of that so far this year. We have not had nearly the number of interventions that we've had to have with students because of things being posted online during the school day, which has been fantastic. We see as students are interacting with each other a lot more. We had teachers actually complain because the lunches are loud. Lunches are loud because kids are talking with each other. They're playing card games during lunch, which is something that we had maybe one group in the cafeteria going before. Now it's common. Blackjack, whatever card game that they can play. Pencils are a commodity now. Because some people have the leisure with.
That's one of my kids never had.
Yes. Well, if we come to you and they're suddenly like that, I need a bag, and they're asking for a white pencil.
Do it.
A white pencil is the ultimate victory. But there's also been an increase in interaction in the classroom too. And I think that speaks volumes to what the goal was behind the policy in many ways. To give you an idea of how violations have changed. Last year, we had students and parents both trying to find ways around it. We had 107 first violations last year. We had 49 this year. We had 30 second violations last year, 6 this year. The kids that have reached 3 or more, last year we had 4 that had reached 3 or more, 4 that had 4 or more. And then this year we've got 2 of them that have reached 3 or more, and only 1 kid who has gone up to 4. It's not that the teachers aren't enforcing it, it's the kids who decided to stop fighting it. And it's been great. Not to say we don't have somebody who doesn't occasionally try. I mean, Mr. Young, Mr. Eisenhower, you guys would never have had your careers if we didn't have people trying to break rules.
How do you know that? But they're all innocent, I thought.
Right there. But in all sincerity, I want to say thank you for doing that, because it has made a difference in the field.
That's awesome. That's great. That's nice to hear.
Yeah.
And do you know, if any other schools in the district have followed, or not the district, but in the area have followed suit. I know there were some that were watching patiently to see how.
Has cracked down.
Let's see.
Not yet. Tip of the spear over here, man. Follow suit eventually.
I thought not trying to be rude, but my husband had surgery earlier today,
Uh,
and I wanted to make sure that I was here to be able to share that with you, because I thought that it was worth hearing that for whatever flack that you may have gotten from the public, it has shown. It was
Well, thank you. Well, get home.
Thank you.
Get out here. Thank you so much. Top that, Mr. Myers.
Hey, just wanted to follow up, thank you, from the holiday concerts that were open for fall for both the Canadian Forest, the full capacity. Amazing job, by the kiddos and the staff with that, so, hopefully you had a chance to see that. This is the time of year when we get into the second round of testing, Mr. Blaze had said, with iReady, involved and Firefly as well. I think the last board meeting talked a little bit about the National Assessment Educational Program. We have in the 8th grade this year, we have a select group of 50 students taking that February 3rd. So you about that, just to see how we gauge with the rest of the United States. That testing. We have been working, Mrs. White and I, working with teachers on our differentiated goals mid-year. So that would make a lot of progress there, and it's budget season, so I'm working with teachers developing the budget for the next school year. So, what's going on? Thank you for your support.
Thank you. Dr. Johnson?
Reese, thank you. You know, I always love when they share, because that's what I have to say. No, I do wanna, I wanna piggyback on a couple pieces of that and add a couple things. Right now, we have 22 here that qualified to Middle States, doesn't mean that all 22 are going. And we can talk more about that. But one of the things I want to highlight as we move into this second half of the year, we also have, just very briefly, we have 4 students attend district course this past weekend. Allie Raver, Christian Berwanger, Grace Barkowskis, and Savannah Farley. Allie qualified for regional course in February, so that's upcoming. And as we move into the next year and start scheduling, I do want to highlight a couple additional new courses that we're really excited about. As we kind of done a reset and worked to kind of reestablish Noah as in the ag teacher position. And we're starting to see some forward momentum, and he's actually offering a variety of new pieces of kids progressing through that. So the intro course is AFNR, that's the intro to ag course, but then beyond that, the offerings that move from that are animal husbandry, which is animal science, botanical science, ag mechanics. We're adding, so the new one is botanical science, and we're also adding an agri-culinary. So that will bring back some of the use of the equipment, the butchering equipment, and actually have a processing piece as a standalone course for those that want to pursue that. We piloted last year an agribusiness course, which his certification allows financial literacy to be taught with that ag emphasis. And he hand selected a class for that, and that's going really, really well. So that's going to be open for those that are more interested in that next year, so they can take that or financial lit as that state requirement. So Mrs. Trick, who does a great job with our Arrowhead in journalism, we're adding photojournalism next year as she's starting to evolve with those students. And then Mrs. Dangle, who teaches psych and AP psych, as well as a couple other courses. There's the possibility of piloting sociology. That won't be on the course catalog that we give you, but depending on numbers, there may be an opportunity to have that as elective as well. So there's some new things happening and some new courses that we're really excited about, in addition to the core content pieces. So I wanted to make sure to celebrate them and share that. On the 7th, we toured Lake CTC. We had our freshmen go. That was a great experience for them. And upcoming, we're in the process of planning for an upcoming career fair with OBR and labor and industry. So we're in communication with them, as well as I met with a handful of students who are heading up Ag Day. So that's going to be coming in April. So more information on that. As we move forward.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Piper. All right, Mrs. Hoyt.
We had our first middle school dance that I was able to be a part of and just this with Mr. Myers, and that was a lot of fun. Grades 5th through 8th, we had roughly 350 students, so.
Oh, my.
We were getting our jam on. I'll just say that.
Pickup was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun out front, like a corral.
They would love. The winter sports are underway, so it's fun to see the, the wrestling mat, the middle school gym, and all the activities that are in after school. Happening this Friday, we have our second marketing period, PBIS Rewards Day. So a lot of students are looking forward to that, and really, placing an emphasis on our pride expectations and also completing, our academics during the day, and having good grades. And this week I've been able to, and Mr. Myers as well, we've been getting in some walkthrough observations, and it's great to get into classrooms and see all of the student engagement that's occurring. And again, I emphasize what Mr. Blythe said, without the cell phones, we're seeing a lot of positive communication and one-to-one student engagement.
All right, thank you. Mr. Nunn.
Nothing to report, sir.
You never had anything to say. I guess that's
One of
good.
these days.
I guess that's good. I should enjoy it now, right? We all do. All right. All right. Mr. Superintendent.
We're still waiting on our permits for a lighter project and work session. We will spend a portion of that discussing construction management for that project, so.
Okay.
2026 has started off chaotic and fast and furious.
All right. All right, that will take us to general agenda items. There's quite a few on here, but I think we can combine 7.1 through 7 and 10. And we will leave 7.11 and 7.12 to do separately because there'll most likely be some discussion about those. So I will take a motion to approve 7.1 through 7.10.
Motion to approve.
Second. Any questions on those?
Yeah, I have a question on the 7.3. The 7.2.
Are you doing?
7.4, sorry. 7.4. Down at the FBLA, I see where we're 7,000 to the district and 8,000 to the club. And I know we've had discussions in the past about this before, I think. But I mean, is that been the norm?
So that tends to vary depending on fundraising through FBLA. I know there are years where they've been able to cover states and we paid a portion of, typically we do half. There are occasions where that's been a whole cost that's been consumed with that. It depends on how many kids go. I feel like year after year, like the number of students that FBLA takes and offers states to. I know, I think Loyal Sock, they're at 56. Which is a huge amount of kids, if not 60, that qualified for states. One of the things that I did challenge Mrs. Kaiser with is to be responsible with that cost. That is the cost estimated at the high end, the extreme end that everybody attends, which is 15,000. They are, for circumstances related to Mrs. Orso's comment, down a little bit of money this year as part of that. We'll leave that where it is. But in terms of that amount, I did inform her at this point, we're not paying for nationals, we're not contributing to that. And she also has a tiered structured payment with FBLA students, so depending on how high they place, they do have to pony up some of the money for that and have some skin in that. So that is the full amount. I anticipate it being less than that for both sides of that, but we wanted to continue to provide them that opportunity to compete at the state level, knowing that we will not likely be supporting nationals this year. Where in the past, I think we covered previous years, all of states and half of nationals. So
We covered all of nationals last year,
It was
but it was
one
only,
year
it was,
flip-flop, yeah.
yeah, it was all of nationals last year, because there were only like 4 kids,
Yeah, I
but
don't
it
think
was,
we can
but it
change it.
was expensive.
It's,
It was very
nationals
expensive.
is.
But there was
ridiculously
3 and it was
Does that-
really,
does
it was,
that
it
cover
was
the
about the
lodging
same.
and
cost
food
as
and
that.
That covers
everything,
all,
or-
it occurs, the FBLA, the states occurs at the Hershey Lodge.
Oh,
And they wanna pack it, so, it is a lot of cost. It's a great opportunity, I got a chance to go up last year and watch some of the presentations. It's pretty intense, if you go up there between Hotel Hershey and the Hershey, I was bouncing around all over the place trying to find everybody. Cause there's a lot going
It's a
on.
big campus.
It is a very, very, very large thing and, some kind of big on their end. But it is what the cost is for that type of an organization and event. We can always talk about how to support and where that, I mean, they do a lot of fundraising, but it's not enough and as costs continue to go up and they try and get more kids there. I'm not trying to fault them for that. They were an organization ultimately as well. But we wanted to be able to support them, with at least a portion of that cost this year.
Right, cause I look at that same graphic in different areas and I know how, you don't know how many you're gonna have, but for future, I would certainly hope that they would maybe try to do a little more fundraising in that.
Well, they're down a little bit this year, but I think typically though, they bring in a good chunk of money. They've been able to cover a lot of costs. And Society's pretty aggressive with fundraising and manages that very, very well. So, we talk, I would say daily, about FBLA fundraising. So, that's where we landed at the max cost. I think at this point, I don't think we'll reach that because some of that will be offset by students.
Thank you.
Yeah, so hopefully that.
All right, any other questions? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, 7-11, approval to authorize superintendent to explore options for the high school baseball field. Make a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Second. Any questions, comments?
Yeah, I really think that. What Lake County College has done with their. With their field up there, I think we need to use that as a template. If we're able to. And then explore, the possibilities that we may have. Just utilizing the field that we have over there, leaving the fence, leaving the dugouts, and. Because everything seems to be up to date in that regard. Drainage, that's another thing we have to look at, and then of course, what you're gonna end up having to do as far as getting it engineered or whatever you gotta process, you gotta go through with that, so that. I know it's a process and I know it's early on, but I think these coaches need to be involved, just the same. Get their input. I mean, they're with them every day. They know what's going on with the fields, so. I'm excited for the exploration of it, and the reasoning behind it all is just the amount of money that has been dumped into that field by strictly donations. So, I'm excited about, seeing this get in motion.
We've put our fair share into it too.
Well, I'm no question. I mean, but the thing of it is that the amount of money that we have put in there donation wise and also of our own money, it's, you're beating a dead horse over there, so.
That's why I was just gonna say, my question on that is because the baseball field runs into the soccer field, runs into the girls softball field along that whole back line. And that's where to your point, the drainage situation is, you almost have to look at the totality of that whole area and what you're gonna do with it as you're exploring it.
Yeah, I mean, the upper side, the soccer field and the softball field don't have near the issues.
Oh, that soccer field does. That's
Yeah,
a
the
muddy
soccer's
pit.
unplayable at times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
right.
muddy pit.
Right.
It's horrible.
I mean, the exploration of that, if we need to, in the future, add on the soccer field and the softball field, then so be it. But we do need to, kind of explore all the options, I guess, but this is a start.
Great. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. 712, approval to authorize the superintendent to seek proposals for the sale of Loyal Sock Valley Elementary School.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Questions, comments?
I guess mine is, what does it entail? Is it like we're like realtors, or we're just putting it out there? Okay, that's what.
And what steps we need to take in terms of appraisals and.
Right. And
Just to bring off
subdivide,
feedback,
I was
yeah.
just gonna say, that was my
Yeah.
other question is, are we going to look at like the building versus the land that's on the side?
So trigger those
All of that,
conversations.
okay. So I just wanna make sure we're exploring all our options. And that's up for Fairfield Township, right?
Yes.
No, I just, because my head just went to, if it's subdivision, like what, if there's any requirements? Cause where's the septic at? Sorry, now my head's going. That's what you're exploring, so.
Yes.
It's going down all this, I'm like, no, wait, where's the septic at on that? How would you divide, sorry? Go figure it out.
Yeah, those are challenges that we have to.
So are we officially into that window of being able to do this, right, and explore the options, right? So, I mean, we all have to keep in mind here that we still need to think about the soccer fields, that are being utilized there. I mean,
That's why I said subdivision,
They've found space though.
yeah, I mean,
because they
so,
sort of knew.
so that, I mean, we shouldn't even consider all of it.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is like,
think so too.
well, and I think there's also the thought process of when does it become more attractive as land, or, I mean, but that's sort of and knocking the building down. Just talking out, sorry.
We'll send Joe out there.
That could be your summer project in between 27.
Yeah, we'll send Joe out there.
Does it need to get?
Get his elevator
Joe,
all summer.
You gotta do it by hand, Joe.
Joe keeps sitting here and he never has nothing.
You
for
gotta
us,
move
so-
those big boulders now too.
I'm not moving.
Those have to be rolled.
Is there any cost associated with this thing that you know? Like an appraisal for your.
Appraisals, yeah, they're gonna be. But none of those will happen until. There's another step to this. I'm going to gather all that information. and
So
bring
your
it back.
preliminary, this isn't the
Yeah,
final.
this
This
is.
is-
Till we decide what's the best option.
Thank you.
This is
That's gonna be a
yours out.
few options for you to choose from. Cause we're not doing a for sale by owner.
Come on, you can do
Put your phone number on.
We could say.
your weekends.
Sure.
You can do, tours, open house.
Worry about the finers.
It's right there.
Neon sign.
Tyler will help you.
He's been camping on the roof for the past 4 years. All right, if there's no other questions on that,
Yeah, right, exactly.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Very well. Moving on to section 8, lighter additions renovation projects. We'll go through these one by one. 8.1, approval of the quality assurance proposal to Barry Isett and Associates Incorporated in the amount of $267,098.
Testing, commissioning. Wait, do you have a motion?
We haven't got.
No, motion to approve.
Second.
I won't answer.
Now you can.
Now you can ask a question.
You can ask.
This is for commissioning, balancing, testing, air quality throughout the project. And we are certainly gonna want air quality throughout, since it will be occupied while under construction. A lot of their work is around HVAC.
So, yeah, and you did say about the work session, I just, because we haven't really discussed anything about who's overseeing this project,
Right. That's the work session.
so.
Right, anything else?
Have we given any more thought? I mean, because we really haven't, I guess we gotta wait for 2 weeks, right?
Write your questions down.
What's that?
Write your
Yeah, write them
questions
down, so you don't forget them. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. 8.2, approval of building system controls proposal to NRG Controls North Incorporated, including alternate 01 in the amount of $731,114. I will take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second. Questions? All right, hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. 8.3, approval of building access control proposal to NRG Controls North Incorporated in the amount of $116,581. Motion approved. Questions, comments? All right, hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. All right, moving on to personnel portion.
I'll add, these numbers are not in addition to what's been provided. They are in that estimate from CRA. But these aren't additional costs. They're already accounted for in the project. I should have said that before.
Thank you. Personnel, I think we can combine 9.1 through 9.4. That's okay with everyone? I'll take a motion to approve those.
Motion to approve.
Questions, comments?
I just have a comment on the building and security. Mitch McMunn, personally worked with him, and that is a great addition to our safety and security staff. And look forward to seeing him around the district.
I second that.
I'll second that. I'd like to make a comment on the loss of Brian Pauling in boys soccer. That's gonna be a heavy hit. Great coach, not just from the fundamentals perspective, but a great team builder as well.
You,
That's-
Adam.
Brian.
Brian. Oh, sorry, Brian.
Brian Pauling, yep.
Volunteer stuff.
Had a,
Yeah, he's moving to volunteer.
yeah,
And
went out
Adam's
with,
moving
with a
out.
bang last year last season with a phenomenal record. So kudos to him and thanks for his time.
He's replacing him. Yeah.
He joined us last year as a long sub and taught at the college level and was taking a step into high school to see what that was like and immediately fell in love with our kids and our faculty and wanted to be part of the team. He's done a great job. I can't say enough good things about him, so I appreciate having you both possibly join us as officially as long-term sub in this position. Because he has grown a lot for the last year and a half and is a sponge for anything one wants to go in as a teacher in that. So I really enjoyed working with him and I'm excited that you would have been here tonight as well. He was a sick kid.
Very well.
Sensibly called.
All right, thank you for that. If there are no other comments, all in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed. Well. Transportation, approval of the addition to bus drivers and bus aid list for the 2025-2026 school year. We're adding Aaron Craver, from Promised Land Bus.
Motion to approve.
Questions? Right, all in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed. Budget and Finance, 11.1, approval of a resolution for the public school facility improvement grant of $5 million.
Second.
Any questions on that, comments?
This is required for me to be able to just apply for, the competitive grant. You can do a max of 5 million, and that's what we're going after.
Good luck.
Very political.
I'm sure it is.
We have the support of Joe Ham's office and Senator Yaw, with letters of support, so
Fantastic.
I'm encouraged by that and our chances. But I need this before I can hit C.
All right. Well, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? There you go. Let's send. Committee reports.
Thank you, sir. PSBA is vacant. Policy Committee, Ms. McCoy.
I have nothing to report tonight.
IU, Mrs. Meyer.
We did not have a meeting last month, so nothing to report.
LCTC, Mr. Eisenhower.
Nothing at this time.
Memorial Gardens, Mr. Hausnet.
Nothing at this time.
Budget, Mrs. Meyer or Mr. Hausnet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Soon.
Let's go time.
Montoursville Foundation, I'll defer to Mr. T.
The foundation, they met last night. They're still planning a spring event sometime in April or early May, dueling piano event. They're working on locations for that and final dates. They have approved, out of their marketing, plus a little bit out of their education budgets, $5,000 contribution to the band's $60,000 current fundraising efforts. Part of what helped that along is the band currently has a $30,000 match to that $60,000 fundraising effort. So their name will go on the new band trailer. Pretty good sized recognition for them. It'll go in our programs. So that was nice. Once again, their support for what we're doing here is always appreciated. They also purchased through EITC funds and our STEM initiatives. We have small engine unit now in I don't know what course in ag mechanics. So they are, I think they have those and they're working on those. So there's whether 12? Yeah, 12 small engines, and take them apart, put them back together, and they're learning that about small engines. So they also bought a couple welders for the welding for our metal shop. So that's where they're at, helping us out quite a bit. That's awesome.
Yes, they do. Thank you. Buildings and Grounds, Mr. Hubbard.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Mr. Napo about our gym. I was at a basketball game and being in other gyms and then going into that gym, there was a lot of it's not near as bright in there, so to speak. So I had a conversation with him, and Joe can chime in when he wants to, but the lighting in there is just kind of dull. As far as the general lighting, if you go in there and take a look, it's definitely something that could have been addressed maybe when the building project was upgraded those lights, but those lights have been in there for quite a while, from what I understand. I know we added some around for the area for the mats, but the other lights that are up there, I think a lot of them are still incandescent. And the savings that we could have moving to LED and getting it upgraded would be, a long-term savings to the district, plus our basketball teams would be able to, and volleyball teams would be able to see what they're doing. So that's what I got for that.
Thank you, sir. Extracurricular, Mr. Badger or Mr. Hausnet.
Bear with me.
John's
It's been a long time since the last meeting.
He's got more than one piece of paper over there.
At the end, at the end of the year, they finally named the Division II PZAC Football All-Stars. Christian Banks was first team running back, second team linebacker. He was runner-up player of the year in the Hack 2. Hunter Schaefer was first team offensive lineman, honorable mention as defensive tackle. Adam Shear was first team as kicker, honorable mention as a punter. Kingston Fisher was first team defensive end, second team tight end. Noah Rakestraw, first team defensive tackle, second team offensive lineman. Hayden Harvey, first team outside linebacker, honorable mention running back. Kane Moore, second team safety. Elijah Eck, honorable mention at quarterback. Chase Jones, honorable mention at a halfback. Gabe Vanderlyn, offensive lineman, honorable mention. Carlos Tierras, cornerback, honorable mention. And Joe Hanna was third in the voting for coach of the year. For the Sun Gazette All-Stars, Christian Banks was not only the first team running back, he was named running back of the year. Kingston Fisher, first team tight end. Hunter Schaefer, offensive line, first team. Noah Rakestraw, second team offensive line. Hayden Harvey, second team linebacker. And Adam Shear, first team kicker and also kicker of the year. All Eastern PA football for 3A, Adam Shear was first team as kicker. Christian Banks, second team running back, and Kingston Fisher, honorable mention as a defensive end. Junior high girls basketball finally ended. They ended up with a record of 12-3, and they won the Williamsport Christmas tournament, beating Loyalsock in overtime. What was great about that is 2 of their 3 losses during the regular season were both to Loyalsock. And then they beat them in overtime behind Bella Trafford on the all-tournament team and Eliana Eck, the MVP. Now for some current stuff. Junior high wrestlers, they're 4-2. How'd they do tonight? Did they win?
Yeah.
Bad luck. Also, earlier in the year, junior high wrestling was in the Milton tournament and they finished 7th place out of 29 teams. Hunter Harvey was named outstanding wrestlers. And also most pins in the shortest time. We had 5 wrestlers in the top 8 of their weights. Varsity wrestling right now with Mifflinburg. King of the Mountain tournament, Montoursville finished 9th out of 32 teams. Gage Wenzel and Brandon Eisenhower were the top finishers at second. Well, no, excuse me. Hayden Harvey was the champion at 189 also. Then in the Powerade tournament, which has teams from all over the country, Montoursville finished 14th out of 78. Wenzel was second and Eisenhower finished 4th. In the PZAC Division II dual team wrestling tournament, Montoursville ended up the champion, went 5-0. Last weekend in the individual tournament, Montoursville took 3rd out of the 19 teams competing, and Wenzel, Harvey, and Eisenhower were champs there. Junior high cheerleading. In the MCA Cheerleading Classic, our cheerleaders took 1st in traditional routine and 1st in game day routine. JV girls basketball is 8-1 at this time. The varsity girls are 4-7, but they did win the Montgomery Christmas tournament. Marley Bainbridge was all tournament and Kaylee Shellman was the MVP. The 7th grade boys team is 5-0, won the Milton Christmas tournament. The 8th grade boys team's 5-0, won the Milton Christmas tournament. The JV boys are 8-5. They won the Loyalsock Christmas tournament. The varsity boys are 10-4. They won the Loyalsock Christmas tournament as Shea Almer was all tournament. Cam Citron was MVP. It was a good season.
Christmas season for Montoursville basketball, the first time in history. You had the junior high girls, two junior high boys teams, both JV teams and both varsity teams, all won Christmas tournaments. And Curtis got a lot of hardware, so we have to look to be putting a shelving unit in at the middle school because his front window's filled up.
Dunking on junior high kids, that's pretty brave of you.
Thank you, sir. Safety and security, as the president said, we had an executive session tonight before the meeting in relation to some safety and security, which we can't speak of publicly. However, with the addition of a new staff member tonight, we're on track to continue our success as far as our staff is concerned. So thank you for all they do. Wellness, Ms. McCoy?
I have nothing to say.
Thank you.
Back to me. Thanks, everyone. Mr. Houghton's maybe next time bring something to share with all of us. All right, this takes us to the final public comment portion of the evening. 3 minutes unpaused.
Ron Snell, Lower Manor. First of all, I want to make a comment on the cell phones. I was really encouraged to hear the report on that. As you all know, I supported you guys voting on that. And I also, if you remember, I requested to hear how the test scores are going to be for this year compared to previous years to see if that helped the test scores. The next thing I want to talk about is 11.1. I was kind of disappointed there wasn't any questions on that. If you remember, the millions of dollars that the school district got on COVID funding, our past superintendent had in her contract that if she applied for grants, that she would get to 10% for filling out the paperwork for the grants. She ended up getting thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars that we had to pay because of one word missing in her contract, that word being competitive. It was not in her contract. So any grant she put in for, she would get to 10%. The teachers in this district get 10% when they apply for a grant and it's approved. I want to thank our superintendent here for having that taken out of his contract. My question is, though, he's not the only one on this paperwork. And Jessica, while I think you're doing a great job, and I think that you did more than your fair share before you even got that position, I think you was doing business manager work. But I'd like to know if Jessica is eligible to get that 10%, because on 5 million, that'd be $500,000.
$0 are going to employees.
Okay, that was my question. Thank you for answering that.
It's like, I wrote my contract off.
Sorry, Jessica. I know you were looking forward to next Christmas.
What do you name is?
I'm just using her name's on the, whatever that was, because I had to use business manager. She isn't doing any of the.
So you're doing the paperwork now?
I'm doing all the, gathering all the paperwork. I've been working on this one for a year and a half.
And again, I want to thank you for having that taken out of your contract, not having that put in your contract.
It's in there that the policy doesn't even apply to me on competitive. So
I know that.
Yep.
All right, I'd like to see the gym named after Kelly Mazzani or Gavin Hoffman or Jack Zimmerman. Jack Zimmerman, he was the architecture of the gym. And it's like one of the still standing after all those years. And I'd like to see it named, you know, either after him. After Hoffman did 3 times state champ, there's never been a state champ, gonna be a 3-time like him. Or Kelly Mazzani did everything possible that is asked of her, so it's a tough decision. But it has to be done, I think. And I'd like to see yellow the yellow thing in the gym. Whatever, way back. Yellow yeah. Snap, I don't know what it was. It was a yellow thing, and they had to have it, but yeah, I don't, like I said. Uh, Burdette. He did, he drew the crowds. Like up at Williamsport High School. We played Montgomery. And like I said, a friend of mine, he was, you are Montgomery boys, you play with Tinker Toys. And then he did the thing over at our gym against St. Mary's. And and there was people on the roof with a fire going, watching the game. And it was 651 people there. You know, that was you know, the thing of the gym. And it's Burdette, it's this, and that's why I don't like, I don't think his like the balls and all that, they should be out there in the trophy case. I know you don't have enough room in the trophy case, but those and those the free 3 students, foreign exchange students. Their pictures should still be up there.
Jack, I'm
On the
gonna
wall.
stop you. You're 3 minutes, 30 seconds, Jack.
Oh, great.
Thanks, buddy.
Great.
All right, seeing no one else in the room, we'll go to Zoom. If you'd like to comment, please raise your hand. All right, seeing no hands raised, we'll close that and move to adjourn. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Before we adjourn, I just want to piggyback on the deal here with looking into the light thing, and there was no commenting at the end of that, so I just want to make sure that we're gonna take a look into that.
Take a look into that.
Yes, it's been discussed. Did they have them all on when you were there? I have some questions.
The issue is that there's some, for whatever reason, whether it's mechanical failure on the light fixture itself, that you have quite a few in there that only have 2 bulbs on versus 6.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it has anything to do with maintenance, I'm saying if there's a faulty light or something, but
They're old.
at the end of the day, the only reason I say that is because I've had people come to me and tell me that, you know, hey, the gym's awful, you know, it could be updated. So
I've heard it too.
that's all I'm saying.
We were in the gym before break together, looking at it.
Yeah. Football field. Lighting.
I mean, they're like, I'm not trying to unload all this at one time, but we are doing a building project, and whatever comes along with that, you know, whatever savings we can get, if there's anything we can get after, that way, no different than the baseball field, like donations, that kind of thing, you know, whether we make it a complex and we get help from the outside as well. I just feel like moving along here that I think it's well deserved that we look into the things that have been neglected for a lot of years.
Very well, thank you. Now we'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Steve, you guys, you were gonna.
Here.